Okay, so I want to talk to you today about why I'm grateful, why I'm thankful to be a mompreneur. For those of you who haven't heard the term mompreneur yet, I don't know why you haven't, but it's mom plus entrepreneur together. It makes a mompreneur. A mompreneur is essentially an entrepreneur who balances everything with the motherhood tasks and duties, and just being able to place family first. That's at least my definition of it. I like to place family first and business second. So, and that's not in any given order as far as the other important things in my life, such as God. Of course, that's number one. Okay, so, but the reasons I'm grateful, and this is Gratefulness, Thankfulness Week, as I like to take some time every year, and usually around Thanksgiving, to think about the things I'm thankful for and write that down, because what you've noticed, or maybe you haven't, but if you pay attention, you'll notice that people who are successful are the ones who take time to be thankful and grateful. Almost every extremely successful person that I have been watching and learning from and gleaning from are extremely thankful people, very grateful. So things may not always go well, like 100% perfect in your life. You may not feel like everything's the way you want it to be, but it doesn't mean that you are not grateful, that you shouldn't be thankful for the things that are going well. So that's what I want to focus on in my life, is look at the positive things, don't look at the negative things so much. Number one, I'm grateful that I have an opportunity to leverage my creativity. That's something that I will forever be grateful for. I became an entrepreneur the day that my daughter was born, my first daughter, my oldest daughter. So in June of 2002, I became an entrepreneur. When I birthed my daughter Naomi, I also birthed business. It just started to happen, and it'd been locked up in my soul. And when I gave birth to her, that came out as well. Business started happening. And I had this just burning, aching passion and desire to start my own business. And so I started, with homemade soaps and body butters, lotions, and bath bombs. That was my original business. And it was successful to some degree. I made some cash, I made some side money. It was a hustle. I would go to my full-time job and bring these soaps with me in the trunk of my car and sell it to my coworkers. And then I learned about online technologies at the time and started selling them online, created a website with my husband's help, of course. The first year I didn't know how to design sites, so he designed it for me. I created that, and I was able to leverage my creativity from that point. I learned how to design sites when I got a little bit frustrated with him, and I felt like, okay, I want to do this myself because I need to make all these tweaks and changes, and I was bugging him, every minute, can you change this, can you change that? So I learned how to make my own banners. I learned how to design in Dreamweaver, and all that stuff I was doing back then was just, today we have blogs. We didn't have blogs back then. So I learned how to use Dreamweaver to create a website and a front page or whatever those programs were. And then from there, I started to understand that I really liked designing sites. Like, I wasn't a pro and I had never been to graphic design school, but I liked it. So I would offer that to other people and design for them. And that's how my web design business started. That was 2004. So I kind of eased into social media marketing and things like that in 2006, started podcasting. All the stuff I was doing was just online multimedia, social media marketing, internet marketing, podcasting, consulting, blogging. All of this happened as a result of the social media boom and my desire to learn graphics. Just that one desire in 2004 led to kind of where I am today. I started coaching, consulting, helping small businesses, usually women-owned businesses, because that's always been my passion. I also started an online ministry in 2003. That was for Christian women, and I have just this burning passion to help Christian women and to coach and just teach the Word of God and teach the Bible, and also from the perspective of womanhood, godly womanhood, motherhood, parenting, family. That's always been a big thing for me. So I started Christian Ladies Connect in, I believe, 2003. And then I started to merge my online stuff, like my podcasting and videos and all that, to this online ministry for women. And a lot of them wanted to learn how to have these entrepreneurial skills online so that they can start their online businesses. So I started teaching podcasting to the Christian women. And so again, all of this kind of weaved in and out throughout the years, throughout my moving to different locations. And followed me to California, and then I took a break, but then I got back on board and just started something brand new, which was my homeschool website in 2012 called Christian Homeschool Moms. Again, it was more of a ministry kind of at first, with the idea that eventually I would grow it into a business where I would sell products to moms learning about homeschooling. And then, so we are where we are now, but it allowed me to be creative. So I appreciate that. Number two, I can grow business at my own pace and around my family. I don't have to worry about, like neglecting my kids when they're babies. I've been doing this since they were born. Both of them have known me to be an entrepreneur since they were born. So they're always used to seeing me on a camera like this. They're always used to seeing me at a computer typing away, working for a client on a coaching call. They're used to that. And so I can still cook dinner. I could still put my food on the table and clean the house and take care of them when they're little and teach them, homeschool them, everything. And just like figure out how to make it work. And sometimes that meant put business on the back burner for a week. Don't even touch it. Don't even blog for 3 months. That's what I did recently when I moved to this apartment. I haven't really blogged because I needed the mental space and capacity to do other things and to really focus on my family. And so I'm back to blogging and everything, probably more so in January because I have another move in the upcoming weeks. But the one of the beauties of business when you're doing it this way as an entrepreneur, you can leave it. Like I've built it for 7 years. I can leave it for a couple of months and come back. It's okay. It kind of runs on its own. I have systems in place that allow people to still hear from me, even though I'm not physically, doing this right here and now. Like I'm doing it in advance and batch scheduling my content to go out. So that's another thing, working around the family, figuring out what your kids' needs are. As they're little, as they grow up and get older, they need you less and less. So I have more time now. I have more flexibility now. When they were younger, I needed to kind of be there, but I would work around nap times. So that's great. Number three, kids catch on to entrepreneurship. So one of my girls in particular really wants to be an entrepreneur, and she has been watching me, and both of them have YouTube channels now. So we're going to have to figure out what that means with the COPPA laws coming up in January. But they've learned how to utilize the internet and to create content, be a curator, be a content creator, and put their gifts out there. And to just like, for my youngest, she's a comedian. She likes comedy. She likes to make people laugh and make people happy. So she does skits and things on her channel. And then for my oldest daughter, she is a musician. So she's a music person, and she will, do covers and things on her channel. And they're learning how to do that. And as their channel grows, then maybe there's an opportunity for them to get some, money through Google AdSense or something like that. And so there's just different things they're learning how to do through entrepreneurship online. And then number four, one of the benefits that I'm so grateful for, very thankful for the money that comes from being an entrepreneur. It's not always the amount that I want, and sometimes it's more than I imagine, but it depends on what I did that month, to make business happen. And if I didn't do anything, then I don't expect a whole big harvest. But if I worked at creating a product or a membership site or whatever, I created a course, like I did a blogging course last year, then I expect a harvest from that, which I did receive a harvest from that. So there's that enjoyment of seeing the labor of your work and seeing, the results of that, the reward for your labors is what I mean. And it's just a wonderful thing to see the cash, see the money flowing into your PayPal, the money flowing into your Zelle or your bank account, because you put something out there to help someone and they were willing to pay you for that. Your value is, in exchange for the work that you do, then you receive the money for that. And the money goes into helping me and my family. It goes into supporting my family. Now, my husband is the main breadwinner, and he is the one that's doing the bulk of everything. For the reason we can stay in Silicon Valley is not because of my business. It's because of the work that he puts in. So I always am grateful and thankful to him that I think it's a privilege actually to be in a position where I can be an entrepreneur and not have to worry that, I've got to make all the overhead because I haven't built my business to that point yet. But the beauty is that when I do have, a good cash flow for, a couple of months, I can take that and I can buy whatever I need for myself and my children. I can, you know, get that extra thing that I wanted for my house or for my kids. I can pay for their curriculum or for their tuition or for whatever it is I need to be paying for. I can do those things. And so it means a lot to me to be an entrepreneur, because I get to be creative. I get to work around my family's needs and their ages and stages for my kids. I get to be available to my husband when he comes home. I don't have to be burned out, because I get to determine the level of how much I'm working, so I can have weeks and weeks where I'm just business focused and I'm working on a project. He always takes the kids and lets me do my coffee shop time and just work. And he knows I need that time, and he's very supportive. And he's like, kids, mom's writing a book right now, so let's not bother her for the next 3 weeks because she has a deadline. And he's really good with being supportive, but he doesn't have, you know, to come home to that all the time. And that's the beauty for me, is that I get to be available to him, available to my children, make that extra cash, and just hone in on my gifts, my talents, my everything that I feel like God put into my heart to give to society through online technology. The digital technology, the digital world is vast, and you can draw in people into your business, and God can bless your business to the point where you've never even met anybody who's ever, you know, come through your business, but you don't have to meet them personally. You can meet them online through Facebook groups, through, you know, I don't know, I won't say Pinterest, but through Instagram and things like that. Get to know people and develop online relationships. And through those online relationships, a lot of times I ended up talking to them on the phone, and we would have like developed a long distance kind of friendship together, just through my business. If you're a mompreneur and you love being a mompreneur and you want to share why, I invite you to put those comments down below. Also, if you're new to my channel, subscribe, hit the bell so that you can get updates on when I have new videos coming out. I'm trying to be a lot more active now on YouTube, so hit that bell because I'll have more videos available for you. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.